Oh no, Lucy's screwed. What the hell is she gonna do now? I mean, there's no possible way she could get out of this.
How do you know when it's aligned?
Come on, Jerry, it's an evil cube. Just shake it until it draws blood. I'll replace you next time. Make no mistake, what just transpired will never happen again.
10-4, Captain.
Well, you can always count on Jerry.
Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for today. This one's going to be doing my 7th review for the penultimate episode of Fallout. This one's for episode 7, titled The Radio.
Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today, this one's going to be doing a review for Fallout, this one's going to be doing my penultimate review, this one's for episode 7 titled The Radio. So, we got one more left after this, the finale, and then Fallout reviews are over. So, again, I thank you all for sticking around for these last few days, checking out the reviews, but without further ado, let's get into the last two here. So, episode 7. Okay, so this was a really great episode. This episode, I mean, by the time it was over, I just instantly tried to get right into that finale, because I was like, man, I don't want to waste any time. Like, this episode built up the finale really well. Basically, you have stuff with Cooper in this one, where he's kind of, like, out there with, this dog that he finds, right? Which is pretty cool, because, of course, the guy that has, like, the mustache, this loser that we've been following, he leaves the dog behind, and then we see Cooper in this one, which I thought was pretty cool, because this episode kind of plays with time again, and we see some flashbacks of him, with his old dog back in the day, and we see that he has a very strong attachment to animals, right? Which I thought was pretty cool to see that, in this one, It's kind of cool showing, like, a soft spot of Cooper, because we don't get it too often, But Cooper does have a soft spot for animals. That's one thing we did learn this episode. Now, one of the big plots in this one is Lucy and Maximus, who are locked up inside of Vault 4, right? And we've got Lucy that got caught at the end of last episode, right? And she is basically, like, sentenced to what we think is to death by these people. They make it really intense. They make it really scary. They give her, like, this creepy old video for her to watch that, you think Lucy is screwed. You're just like, no, like, something's gonna happen here. Maximus catches wind of the fact that she's, probably about to die, and he's like, oh no, I gotta go save her and stuff. He puts on his armor, the whole getup and stuff like that. And in order to save Lucy, he then goes through and destroys, like, parts of, like, the vault or whatever, just to then find out that you've got the guy with one eye, that sits there, and at the prime moment, the moment where he has her tied up in front of everyone, the crowd's cheering, you're just like, oh crap, like, Lucy is dead, like, how does she get out of this, And he's just like, you will pay the price, and I'm just like, oh no, here we go. And then they randomly just do, like, unties her. Okay, so you have 2 weeks worth of supplies. That's your punishment. I'm like, what? Like, what? And this is the type of stuff that Fallout does. Like, you thought Lucy was screwed. You're just like, oh, yeah, here goes another finger, something like that. No. Literally just gives her 2 weeks worth of supplies and says, don't ever come back here. That's right. That's how tough we are. I'm like, well, that was one of the greatest plot twists of all time. Did not see that one coming, but yeah, no, they let her go. And then Maximus is, like, destroying stuff, and Lucy's just like, no, it's okay, they're not gonna kill me, they're letting me go, they're kicking me out, and he's like, oh, oops. I'm like, what? Like, that was hilarious, man, and they get out of there perfectly fine. I'm just like, well, yeah, no, that was a hilarious plot twist. That, honestly, for me at least, was the funniest moment of the entire Fallout. I don't know why. That was the funniest moment of the whole show. He just goes in there, wrecks the whole place, and he's just like, oh, oops, sorry. I'm like, what? Oh my god, man. But anyway, on their way out, basically, you get a bit of a scene where he reveals to Lucy who he really is. And she doesn't really care. She doesn't care that, he hid that from her. She understands. She's had to do horrible things too, and, everything's all good with that. But he finally tells her what his real name is, and what he's really part of, But yeah, you've got the Brotherhood in this one that are basically, like, coming for them, right? And you've got the guy with the mustache. Again, I'm forgetting his name, but he ends up, in this one kind of being kind of chilling out a little bit. He ends up dropping his guard and stuff like that, and ends up going with them, and basically he almost gets killed, but then we find out that he's a ghoul, so it doesn't matter, and yeah, that's basically what happens with them. And then you've got Maximus at the end that goes back with the Brotherhood at the end of the episode, and that kind of sets up for the finale as he shares a final kiss with Lucy, right? Which makes sense. So, these two are together, these two definitely love each other, and we kind of get that one shown in this episode as well, too. And, well, I will say this episode really has an interesting way of ending things off, because, we had a scene in this one where you've got Vault 31, right? And you've got Norm that kind of like makes it seem like he needs their assistance. So he goes there, right? They open up the door for him and he goes in. And I remember I was on the edge of my damn seat. And then you think that's the end of the episode and you're just like, oh, yeah, they're going to cliffhanger, And I was so pissed. I was like, oh my God, I got to get this finale like now, And then they give you one more clip of him walking in there, and then they end it. I'm like, oh, you friggers, I'm just glad that wasn't the finale. That's the best way to put it. I'm glad that was not the finale, because this episode built things up very well for a insane finale. So stay tuned for our review for the finale. That's my thoughts on episode 7. Post comments down below, and if you're new to the channel and you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any of the videos for Fallout. Be sure to follow me at Dan's The Walking Dead Reviews on Instagram, guys, and of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos for Fallout. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.